It's a little bit funky, but a little bit touchy. It's a little bit left, cause I'm now with crazy.
What up, all you fellow sad, lonely adults out there? How are you doing on this fine day? You ready for more Baku Baku, animal? Well, here it is anyway. All the action you can handle. Most excitement the Sega Saturn can possibly provide. Making a second episode of this was probably a little unnecessary. I think the first episode really got the point across as to what this game's about, but here we are anyway. We're gonna make this episode even if there isn't anything to say. As JFK once said, we choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard. And in this case, we choose to make a second episode of Baku Baku Animal, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. That didn't have nothing to do with anything. So, what's this character's name? Nurse Grape? Wonder where they came up with that. Yeah, maybe it was a translation type of thing. Meant something else in the moon language in which this was originally written. Speaking of grapes, did you know they do not have... no, I was gonna say something shitty and stupid and unfunny. I'm just an unfunny sack of shit. But it's like that in every episode, and you guys are all still here, so I guess you don't mind. You're just here for the Baku Baku Animal. So the ladies' dance was speeding up a bit as the situation got more urgent. See, look at her go. Put some funny music over that. Let me ride that donkey, donkey, let me ride that donkey. Did you ever hear that one by the 69 Boys? That's a funny song. Well, that level went by relatively smoothly. Oh, look at that. A new record. As they say in Mario Party 4, new record. What do we got next? Okay, there's really no consistency to these designs. In the last episode, we had like a strange little green, just like troll creature, and now we've got like a discount Terminator of sorts. What is the overarching theme between these characters? The theming is quite inconsistent, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna go down to Sega and give them a piece of my mind. I'm gonna headbutt them like Wesley Willis. I'm not actually gonna do all these things. I should probably state that for legal reasons, so I don't get sued. Anyway, you've heard that thing about the reason Wesley Willis had that odd lump on his head is because he would always greet people by headbutting them. Wesley Willis was a strange man. I mean, I guess he did have schizophrenia, so that kinda goes without saying. He made some interesting music, that's for sure. There was a shoot me with a gun, shoot me with a gun. Fun stuff. So, if they ever tried to reboot this game for the modern youngsters out there, how do you think they would do it? Do you think they'd make it all gritty and violent and realistic to appeal to dude bros with the food shaped blocks scream when the animals ate them? Yeah, I bet modern audiences would like that. Probably. Or depending on which type of person in the modern audience they wanted to appeal to, maybe they could have like a segment where the animals, after they get done eating, they look directly at the camera and then talk about how hard it is to be in high school to appeal to the Redditor demographic, and wow, this game understands me. Yeah, that would be a good way to appeal to those types of people. I don't know. Coming up with stuff to say is very hard. It's already difficult to be funny every day, but it's even more difficult to be funny in a different way every day. I don't know how people do it. So here we got Gan from Tekken. Yeah, that's a terrible joke. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to whip myself with a cat of nine tails as penance for making such a terrible joke on this Let's Play. Did you guys ever see The Boss Baby? That was a movie that came out in theaters. I never saw it. I don't get out of the house anymore, but I hear it was decent. Didn't it have like Alec Baldwin? This is fucking stupid. Why are we talking about this? So let's talk about other puzzle games that are similar to this. There's also a Pokemon Puzzle League for the N64. I'm quite skilled at that one, you know. There was a period of maybe 10 years where I would play it every single, well, not every single day, but I'd get into what's the word I'm looking for? Not periods, but I guess I'd have on again and off again periods of playing it, and this lasted for at least a decade, if not more, and I became the greatest Pokemon Puzzle League player there ever was. It's not like anyone's ever tried to challenge me on it anyway. I mean, who would? I live alone. Okay, we're not gonna win this one, clearly. Okay, I saw a move I could have done. Some armchair quarterbacking here. When you look at it after the fact, when the gameplay is already recorded, you see all these moves that you could have done, and you think, oh, well, that would have been good, but I'm not in control of how the blocks move right now. This footage was recorded on April 25th. So, god damn, we still got like 8 minutes to go. What in the fuck are we gonna talk about? Did you see that thing where Terry Crews once made a tweet about how Mother 3 should be localized? It's gonna kinda be old news by the time this episode airs, but yeah, how about that? Even the mighty Terry Crews knows about Nintendo fanboy shit. You never would have guessed that he, of all people, would be into such things. Maybe it was just his PR manager who posted that on the account for him, without his knowledge. You think Terry Crews is secretly like a Redditor who goes on to gaming-related forums and asks, why can't Nintendo just give us what we want? Those people suck. Fuck you if you do that. You're making the internet a very unpleasant place. Quit bitching and just live life. Okay, so I think we're gonna turn things around this round. We seem to be doing much better than we did previously. But as they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Speaking of which, I'm gonna stop myself in mid-sentence there before I say something that could get me in trouble. You and that bubble have been nothing but trouble. So this game appears on the Retro Sanctuary Top 100 Sega Saturn games of all time. How about that? I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good game, it's just that there's not a whole lot to pick from, honestly. I mean, I've been looking through my list of Sega Saturn games on my fancy Terra Onion mode to play on this channel, and most of them really only have enough content for one episode. There's at least 100 games on there, if not more, but very few of them could really produce more than a single episode worth of content. Because Sega was really into making simplistic arcade games at the time, because that was just their style. I mean, why wouldn't they? Simplistic arcade games were practically all that there were. But then the world changed. Gamers developed a new appetite. They wanted in-depth and complex experiences, and the type of games that Sega made just went extinct. People were no longer willing to pay $60 for something that stopped being fun after 10 minutes, like that port of a Daytona that launched with the Saturn. Gosh, that port was so darn rushed. You couldn't even get back to the main menu once you started a race. There was no button on the pause screen to do that. Oh, that's the Saturn launch. Frack me, I'm getting a little phlegmy. And thinking about the Saturn's awful launch is just bringing out all the phlegm within me. You're probably thinking, that's disgusting. I'm assuming you've stopped watching at this point. And frankly, I don't blame you. This isn't good content. In fact, it never was. Okay, we got a good combo there. See, 20? Yeah, that should hold him off, I would imagine. I am the king of Baku Baku Animal for the Sega Saturn. A title that no one really cares about. Just think, if you the viewer, were really good at Baku Baku Animal, who could you tell about it that would care? Who do you know that would appreciate that and wouldn't either just look at you funny or just say, that's nice, dear. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Ah, fuck. I would pause this recording, but that's gonna fuck things up, so we just gotta keep rolling. We gotta do this all in one take. Pardon me, internet. This is the worst episode ever. Sorry, it's allergy season. So anywho, let me put the mic a little closer to my disgusting mustachioed face. There we go. So yeah, this character kind of looks like a mom from Futurama. You guys ever watch Futurama? I mean, that's a silly question to ask. Everybody's seen Futurama. Unless you're just some kind of dope who's never left the house or any... Well, you don't even have to leave the house to watch Futurama. But yeah, I always liked Futurama. I was a Dr. Zoidberg type of guy. I broke your television. I don't know why that's the quote I went with. That is a quote that he said, but that's not a famous quote. I'm kind of in a tough spot here. You don't want to stack the animal pieces all close together like I've got with that 4 cluster of pandas. That'll fix it though. Everything just takes care of itself eventually. Barely even have to do anything. The blocks will just fall down and solve all your problems for you. Let that be a lesson. Ignore a problem and it'll go away. That's the mongoose advice of the day. That should just be my running gag, to just give terrible, unusable advice to my 2 viewers. I'm sure they'd appreciate that. There used to be an image macro based on that exact idea. It was like a picture of like a golden retriever on a rainbow background, and it was called like Terrible Advice Dog, and he would say things like that could get taken out of context, so I'm going to stop myself in mid-sentence. Okay, this ain't going particularly good. Gosh, how did it get to be this bad? This isn't even a hard game. It's just a simple puzzle game where you match the colors. Anybody could do this. Even a stupid autistic retard like me should be able to succeed at Baku Baku Animal. Somebody's probably watching this and just putting their hand to their face, and how is he not getting this? Reddit is gonna hear about this. Oh me, oh my. I saw a funny video like 6 years ago, but I just thought about it again today, where somebody made a fake music video for that Lenny Kravitz song with I Want to Get Away, and they tried to make it look like a real music video, and which makes it even funnier when you realize that it's not real, because it just gets exponentially weirder and scarier as the video goes on. And that was a funny video. Look up Neil C.C. Rega, Milky Way, I guess, because he took the lyrics and changed them from I want to get away to I want a Milky Way, and he had to pitch shift the song down to make it fit, and I want a Milky Way. That Neil C.C. Rega is a funny guy. Yeah. Well, I don't think I really said anything of value in this episode, but here we are still staring at this screen. I'm still here, and so are you, so there must have been something of value in there to keep your attention for this long.
What's that mean?